Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lennon.
And this is Volume Up by the Teats. So Jeff, do I look tired? I feel tired. Can you tell I'm tired?
I wouldn't say that you look tired, but I mean, the vibe's off. So,
yeah,
you know.
I'm tired today, everybody. And it reminds me of this story that Jeff was actually with me. We were on a little trip, a business trip, heading into a big meeting, and I wasn't feeling well. So I made him do a U-turn into the closest Target. We come on in, no one's in there. It's early in the morning. And I grab, some Tylenol, right? Okay, this is going to make me feel better. Throughout the whole meeting, I was like, Jeff, something's wrong. I feel like I could fall asleep on this conference table. And he's like, you're fine. Come to find out.
You were, admittedly.
Come to find out, I powered through an intense 8-hour meeting on 2 Tylenol PMs. We get to the car and it turns out I took Tylenol PM. So that's a cautionary tale. And I partially blame Jeff.
I mean, I should have seen that coming. Again, really didn't know. Was none the wiser.
None the wiser.
You were definitely off in that. And yeah, so I don't want that for you. We don't want to repeat the actual bummer to hear that you're feeling that way. And we'll try to liven things up here today on the pod.
Good story. We've been traveling a lot, and which also leads me into maybe the tiredness, but also there was a story in Travel and Leisure about beauty routines for flying. And when I read it, I thought, well, surely Jeff has a few. Do you?
I mean, I've been known to wear an eye mask. Not the sleep mask, but like a under eye,
just in case.
Yeah, just in
you're
case,
a big, you're a big red eye kind of guy. So that'll do you well.
Yeah. So you put them on and you wake up refreshed. I don't know. I've never had any effect. It's always like whatever. I mean, being on a plane is so weird anyway. People are crying.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, so who cares if you have like a little.
Yeah, we're just trying to get to our destination looking the best. Well, The routines that they're talking about is avoiding using products with strong odors or that make excessive noise, which like, what are we bringing that's making excessive noise? But I don't know. Come prepared with the right materials. Make sure everything is carry-on friendly because we can't be without. We're not going to leave it at TSA. Also style your hair on the go, which no, I'm not wearing heatless curlers in my hair.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen so many of those videos of people on planes and they've got that
and
they like pop them. I don't think I'd want to see that in real life. That's one of those things that I'm much happier to see on social than.
Thank you.
Same. I don't. If somebody did that when you're sitting next to them, wouldn't you be like, "What is wrong with you?"
I'd be like, "This is pretty aggressive."
I wouldn't celebrate it. Certainly, I would not be like, "Oh wow, that's great."
I mean, we've got the Curl Queen on the pod today, and
what
so
a segue.
I know that was not planned, but I mean, she might have something to say about it as well. But anyway, it's that time of year. Make sure you stock up on all of your travel friendly routine products, if you will.
And that little TSA approved. Come on, make it happen.
What do you think TSA does with all of those? Because if I were TSA, I'd be like, I'll take this Orbe. I'm going to take this.
You know they are. They are 1,000% jacking that shit. It's
for sure
not. It's not staying in those buckets of.
I'm totally there for them. I think they should jack it. Like I think. I think they should use it.
Sure. I mean, that's a good way. Like product discoverability. Like sample it.
I discovered this at TSA.
Have you been burned by full-size stuff being confiscated before?
No, I haven't. Have you seen the movie Up in the Air? George Clooney, he's like a notorious consultant who flies around the country, and he's got like this whole rigmarole about flying. Like he's a total diva. That's me.
So no full size.
No, I know better. And I'm going to shame look at you if you don't. If you have water in your bag, I'm going to call you. I'm going to like, where are we? Like, can we get it together?
Yeah, that's always devastating when somebody's pouring out something when they're like trying to put the stuff in the bins.
Anywho, we've got to move on from here. All right. On our last episode, I talked with Brandon Hutchins. Brandon is practically a lifelong student of marketing, a passion that he's been cultivating since creating his own company right out of high school. Brandon currently serves as Beauty Industry Group's president of professional brands, leading a team in conceptualizing, coordinating, and maintaining successful marketing and advertising campaigns throughout the worldwide beauty supply market. That was quite an interview. I love to talk all things extensions. It was a great time. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Do it. This week, we're talking with Janine Jarman. Janine is a nationally renowned celebrity hairstylist and founder of Hairroin Salon LA in New York City, the home of Hollywood and New York's best tressed. Having naturally curly hair herself, she leaned into using perms to solve texture issues her clients were facing, but felt the need to reimagine the traditional perm process, odor, and environmental impact. This led her to Italy, where she conjured up Curl Cult, delivering a simpler, healthier, more sustainable texturizing treatment with at-home curl support products even natural curls will love. This is such a combo. Janine is a treat, and I'm jealous that you got to talk to her and I didn't.
I did. Yeah, she is a treat and a half. It's a good one.
Things that are not so sweet. Let's just do it. Let's rip it off. You and I were both irked by this.
Totally.
Mark Zuckerberg
Come on.
has been in the news again. Hawking his wares, doing what he's doing with this silly AI glasses. Apparently Ray-Ban was conned into doing something.
Of course.
What we're talking about this time is that he was braiding his kid's hair with the glasses. Have you seen the video? Do you know what?
I watched a little bit of it, but I was so irritated I had to turn it off because really, Mark, you don't know how to do a simple braid, but you created Facebook.
Yeah.
What?
We're not talking anything complicated. It's like 3 strands, pretty basic.
One over the up and over the other.
We needed AI assisted glasses.
We didn't.
For that.
Maybe for an inside out French braid, but come on, Mark.
Just watch a YouTube video, my dude. That would take him off platform. I just can't. I can't handle.
I'm so irritated to my core about this. I
want to get into it. Do we think that's his actual daughter?
Well,
is that her room? Do we believe that room? Do we think that Mark Zuckerberg's children have a quote unquote normal children's bedroom? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I just feel like this is conned left, right, and center. I don't know how to make heads or tails of what I'm.
You're right. Because now I want to look at the things around. And I want to look at that. I want to look at why does he have carpet and there's a rug over it?
These are important questions. I don't like any of what I'm seeing. I'm not picking it up, Zuck. You can't make me do it.
We're not here for it.
No.
You picked the wrong thing.
That child that I'm air quoting, whether or not it's his child.
Yeah.
She appears to be 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
This is now when we've discussed we're braiding. Now. Been
as a girl dad, that also must irritate you on many levels.
Oh yeah,
you know how to braid
from day one.
Yeah,
come on. We're not waiting until the Ray-Ban. I can't. I really. It's
and then
upsetting.
he's got scooping cookie dough on a sheet, and then he asks his glasses to turn on Spotify. It's just all parts of how is Priscilla living there with this right now?
How is anyone? I really.
We could talk about this all day. We probably should move on.
I will just say hairstylists are not in danger of being replaced by this technology. You're not gonna AI power your Ray-Bans before a wedding.
Don't mess with our industry, Zuck. We're sorry, but next.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about things that are trending on our sites. Our editorial team has been hard at work this week uncovering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know but should. And here are some of our favorite headlines. First up, celebrity stylists spill the secrets to achieving the coolest Halloween hairstyles. Although some people have their costume thoroughly planned months in advance, many of us experience a jolt of Halloween panic when mid-October starts to roll around. If the amount of spooky events that you have to attend exceeds the number of outfits that you can conjure up, don't stress. Instead, let your hair be the canvas. To help you out this season, we've included a few Halloween hairdos courtesy of our favorite celebrity stylists and influencers. Each look can be achieved with the aid of a few Unite hair products. Head to thetease.com to get ready. Firstly, do you already have a Halloween costume lined up?
No, I don't.
Okay, great.
I do.
Great.
No, I don't.
Oh, you do?
No.
It sounded like you might.
Well, I have kind of a spooky sweatshirt that looks like a cobweb, but that's pretty mom dress code. Like,
yeah.
Pretty rough. So no, I don't yet.
Well, did any of these Halloween hairstyle costume ideas spark some interest?
A lot of these are not suitable for my neighborhood trick-or-treating, if you will. So in that regard, you're not really going to see me with sort of a butterfly applique situation.
Some disco curls. I mean, there's some that are maybe a little bit more wearable for
I mean, I love the BB Rexa look. I mean, the high volume curl, which we know we love. And that's kind of given me a vibe. So maybe I'll go that direction.
Okay. Well, again, head to thetease.com to see all of the looks that we're talking about and grab your favorite Unite hair products and make it happen.
Please do.
Next up, Olaplex names beauty executive Amanda Baldwin as CEO following Jue Wong's departure. Big changes are afoot over at Olaplex. The hair care brand recently announced that its chief executive officer, Jue Wong, has stepped down from the role and will be succeeded by former Supergroup CEO Amanda Baldwin in early 2024. Along with becoming Olaplex's new CEO, Baldwin will also serve the brand's board of directors. As the brand goes through this leadership transition, executive chair of the board, J.P. Bilbrey, will serve as the interim CEO. And if you want to learn more about the transition, head to thetease.com to get the deets. Big news.
Big news.
What's your take on the shakeup?
You know, I've known Jue for many years, back of when she was actually at Elizabeth Arden. And she is an incredible leader and wish her well in her future endeavors. And, you know, I think when there's a new CEO coming in, there's always change on the horizon or needed change. And certainly the bond building category has been disrupted in many ways. And so, you know, this appears to be another disruption, perhaps a new direction the brand is taking. But I love me some Olaplex, regardless.
God, do we ever?
We do.
Well, all eyes on what's going to be happening over at Olaplex, and we'll keep you up to date. All right, last but not least, look, I know before I get into this that Hispanic Heritage Month is over, but that's just fine because we don't need to keep Hispanic Heritage Month in 1 month alone. So the article is called 5 Hispanic and Latinx Hair Care Founders Talk Culture, Representation, and How Their Heritage Influences Their Brand. While the Hispanic and Latinx community, which spans more than 20 countries and includes a multitude of languages, has long been overlooked and underrepresented in the hair space, it's now hard to deny the massive contributions and lasting influence that this growing group has had on the industry as a whole. The Latinx community continued to be a source of hair inspiration for many people around the world, thanks to some pretty iconic Latina women. Selena Quintanilla, Celia Cruz, Carmen Miranda, and JLo are just a few that come to mind. But this influential group is not just shaping the hair industry as consumers and trendsetting creatives, they're also doing so as brand founders. Over the last few years, we've seen a number of Hispanic and Latinx entrepreneurs take the hair world by storm, creating their own brands that not only share the unique vision, but also their culture with the masses. 5 Hispanic and Latinx hair care founders about the influence that their respective backgrounds have on their brand, their thoughts on the current Hispanic and Latinx beauty landscape, and how the industry can be more supportive of Hispanic and Latinx founded brands. Head to thetease.com to hear their thoughts. Kelly, did anyone's story resonate with you? I mean, there's a bunch of different people that contributed. Anything surprise you among the responses?
You know, so my favorite story was Anissa Salazar and her brand Tequane Hair. I love her story. She was like, my mom was a teen mom, my tia was a hairstylist, and my abuela was the glue that held us together. And her fond memories of her tia's long red nails braiding her hair daily is just so precious and so cute. And I love it so much. Her roots are totally integrated with her brand and the essence of her brand. So I love this story. I love uncovering these stories and voices and brands that need to be heard.
Absolutely. Such a good one. If you've not checked this out, make sure you go to the Tease and read it, please. As always, so much going on over at thetease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We are proud to publish stories that salon pros and consumers care about.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Folks for the custom Volume Up theme song. And thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.